Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dimensions of Love. Thank you for being here and sharing this lovely energy transmission throughout all the dimensions that are available for us here on planet Earth. This is yet another episode of the podcast, A Lovely Observation of Life, where we are observing life from different perspectives, different levels, and a deeper understanding, a broader understanding, not a narrow or a certain type of understanding, but with openness. And usually I'm looking away or just very free with my gaze when I'm doing the podcasts. But in this particular podcast, because I've been having a break, I'm not making so many videos on my channel or too many episodes on my podcast with consciousness and awareness and spirituality. And because there has been a little break, a little pause, I really want this also to be a kind of pause in the podcast for reflection. You know, we're in a society with such a high pace where we never really reflect on anything. And when we reflect, it is so that too can never be organic and flowy. It just has to be abrupt and fast also. So we really don't digest it the way that we're supposed to digest it. Because the reflection is to really sit and to really reflect and to let it take its time so that whatever lesson, whatever experience, whatever vibration that we are starting to integrate within ourselves can actually blossom and correctly grow. And so reflections are important for us all to do. And unfortunately, in societies, we don't reflect, except for in businesses. Businesses always take their time to reflect so that they know if their business plan is working out and if the business can bloom for next year. That's kind of ironic that that is the only place where actually reflection is taken serious. And we should sometimes reflect within ourselves also in meditation. I feel like it's so important, and the channeling has been coming through with energies that we really need to reflect within ourselves to see patterns and to see how far we have reached towards our goals or how far we haven't been able to reach towards our goals and why that is. Sometimes it's not always about achieving. Sometimes it's also about having an understanding. And what comes through mostly is from ancestors that we don't have to push to heal because every generation actually needs something else. And for an example, just like a parent, I find myself never, when I was young, I used to always want my parents to be present and to be there with me, and I never had those needs covered by none of my siblings or parents. None of them could actually be there for me. And I took that, becoming a parent myself, that I should spend a lot of times with my kids and do a lot of stuff. And when they were little, that was fine because they were little. They were not talking back. They were just happy and doing things with me. But then after they've grown older, after past 10 years, and when they became like coming into these teenage years, they started having a voice. So They say, I just want to be alone. I don't want to. They didn't value spending time the same way as I valued it. So if I wanted to heal my generation with something that wasn't covered for me, I've noticed that it can't be as such, because every generation has different things that they want to uh, implement, understand, to see that pattern. Every generation has different. So for myself, because I always use analogies based on my own experiences and preferences, and so I want to share this story so that you can just understand more simplified metaphorically. We can't heal something within ourselves by giving a generation forward, just as I have children, and I'm trying to give them something that I didn't have, because they might not have the same need. It is my bloodline mixed with another bloodline, so it's two bloodlines coming together, so it's two generations that needs to clear out something, which is difficult in itself, and then to understand. And a child is an individual. The same way, if we can just broaden this perspective and look at it as in the country that we're from, and the part of the world that we are living in, and the climate, and everything that we have, all the baggage, and the combination of always two parents coming together with different ancestor patterns and creating a third one, we might heal parts of it, but not completely something. And we're sometimes not supposed to heal everything. And I feel like in the spiritual community, when we start our healing journey, it becomes so obvious, because not everyone is awakening. I mean, it is a rapid awakening. More are awakening now because the vibration is simply more higher than it was before. Before it was like some individuals, so it was very obvious that they were leaders. But now you can see a common folks awaken to this understanding and not making a big deal out of it. Just awakening and continue to live their lives normally, and giving the vibration in that sense, where we don't have to always be in the limelight. We don't have to always share big. We can also share in the community. We can share small. We can share just by a person having a lot of animals. They can share that consciousness in those fields. So it's never a perspective of keeping it to, or the belief system, or what, because we all have different belief systems, we all have different patterns, we all have different realities, the way that we see them, and there are certain things that we feel more attracted to than others. And it's important to flow and be open. The higher consciousness you want to access, the higher consciousness you want to uh, feel and kind of connect to, is the more that you're willing to open. And to open is to really crack away everything that was hardening, that wasn't yours to begin with, because we're supposed to be very flowy. We're not supposed to be hard. You know, like water can be hard or soft. And they say, how's that possible? For an example, just uh, even a dishwasher, the way that it uses the water to clear the dishes, because it's very relevant to my life right now. I was having a whole issue with the dishwasher, and it took a lot of my time, but I had to learn many things. And this analogy came through when I was thinking about that. We are always having these patterns, and they create this hardness, this shell. And the irony of it all is that the shell ultimately needs to get cracked to get into the soft spot of who you truly are, that can be harmed, but that is your essence. And the same way, you need to be like water that's flowing. You can't be hard water. And why I'm saying the dishwasher analogy is because dishwasher has different settings. Like you can have different in different climates and different waters. There can be harsher water, so you need to put the setting in your dishwasher to the type of water that you're dealing with in the area that you're in. So the same way I want to use this analogy to simplify it, that the same way we all have this hardening that we need to crack away and open it up so that we can understand it deeply, so that we can be this soft, so that we can understand what kind of water and how harsh and how hard is that water and how can we soften it up. Do we need to wash the dishes thoroughly, or is the water, is the climate there for us that we don't have to wash away? The same way is when it is generational things that are happening within us. For some, it feels like something very simple can be very, very difficult, because generational wise and in patterns, they can amplify something that's more easier. Just an easy task can be very easy for a person to clean their house, and it's nothing strange with it. It's like brushing the teeth, going to bed, nothing strange. And for another person, cleaning the house can be the most difficult thing that they've ever done. And it's all about the patterns, the pattern of recognition within them, the pattern within our minds, working again with their guts, working again with their heart, with their environment, with the generation of what they have. There's so many parts that in nothing in this world we can't say it's fully your fault, or it's fully this one's fault, or it's fully like this, because truly we don't know. That's why broaden your consciousness and being open is the best way to approach something. If we approach it from the mind, we start judging everything. I don't look like a spiritual leader right now, so why should you listen to me now? We can say it like that. It can be simplified because I'm supposed to be organic looking and this is not fitting. But then again, we are starting to put things in boxes instead of letting it flow. It has nothing to do with it. If you know a deeper understanding of, I like art and this is the way, and then if I keep filling this up so that you understand, you say, oh no, this person is really conscious, but she's playing with what is available to us right now. She's having fun with it. She doesn't take it too serious. And that's being really a spirit, a free spirit, a soul. And the same way we can shift it and change it to that maybe it appeals more easier to us. We trust someone that looks more natural in themselves and they're sitting zen and it's all peaceful. And if you're here on this channel, I want to tell you that it is fully okay not to be defined as anything. I like to be flowing. And if you've seen this channel, you've seen me without makeup, you've seen me with makeup, you've seen me, if we're just going to take this visual, because I'm in front of the camera so much. And for all of you that are just listening right now, you've heard my voice shift in my pitches and the way that I am, depending on which vibration, who's in my energy field. It's not just me. It is a lot of energies around, and then I'm reading the energy of the viewers, of the energy that are connecting. So my pitch and my voice can be different and it can shift, and then you use all of your gifts that you already have to implement. That's what I do. I can channel energy easily, I can see energy more easily, so therefore I use all of my gifts and talents to create this channel in this way. So whatever it is, wherever you are, whatever that you're doing, what I want you to take away from this episode in Dimensions of Love and a lovely observation of life. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing, by the way. I didn't even say that in this video, but I really want this to be a reflection of wherever you are in this journey. And if you feel like, oh no, now it feels like I'm paddling back to something else. No, it just goes in ebb and flows. You go back and forth with a deeper understanding in everything, and allow yourself to switch and change. Don't define yourself to be anything. I don't know what I am in one moment and to the next, and I don't judge myself because there is no me. Really, in real reality, there is no me. That's just a connection to the ego. There's just consciousness that's flowing. So if I'm going to define myself to me, and this is the patterns, and this is, I'm already putting myself and forcing myself in a box, and then there's no freedom. If you want to be a free spirit, you just allow yourself to be whatever it is that you are in that moment, and that can change. I mean, if you've seen these videos, if you're looking at them, I've changed many times, and I've changed how I feel one thing about it, and then I've changed afterwards and how I see it, because I'm different. I'm changing. I'm changing when I'm looking at something. When I'm looking back at it, I'm seeing it from a different perspective because I'm changed. So the videos that I'm watching are changed. But all of them are right in the moment. Everything is always right in the moment. There is nothing that's right or wrong. So it is okay. And wherever you are in your life now with this pause and reflection, just as I feel in my life that sometimes there's a lot, sometimes there's less, but I'm still doing this channel and I'm still doing these podcasts because I feel called to do it and I don't want it to be forced. Therefore, if I post less, I will tell you that I'm posting less. If I'm posting more, then that's what needs to happen in that moment. And I really want you to take away from this as because we're inspiring each other just as much as you're inspiring me. Every time that you're watching these videos, something within you is also inspiring me because we are a shared consciousness. We are connecting for a reason. I want you to take with you that reflections are important. It's important for you to reflect, to understand, and sometimes we're not meant to generationally clear a lot of things. We're sometimes just meant to clear one thing, and that's enough. And then next, because we're in this together, we're not supposed to do it all. And if you are an awakened soul, if you are or if you're going to be a spiritual guide moving forward, if you're going to help others to heal and awaken, you will definitely feel this burden. You'll feel this burden that, oh my goodness, I have everything. I'm holding at everything and I have to fix it. It's not like that. It's just the vibration of everyone that is awakening. That is the feeling because you're taking responsibility and it's beautiful. But this responsibility is not just shared, it's not just one. We're many and we are in different layers and we are in different consciousness, understanding, and dimensions, and we're all helping each other as different beings. It's not just human. We are different forms in everything. The more that you're open, the more you don't get really freaked out. The more that you're narrow and you hear something like that, it feels too much. And so I know Dimensions of Love has different layers because it is Dimensions of Love. At the end of the day, don't let the ego go with any conversation here. I just want you to stay in love and understand that everything's fine. You're always fine, and we're helping each other in this sharing. We're all growing together. You're not in this alone. The burdens are not on your shoulder. We are sharing them together. We're here together. So when you are elevating and you're starting to feel that burden, just remind yourself, I'm supposed to do one thing. What is that one thing that I'm supposed to do here? And then leave the rest because we're taking care of it together. And so leave the rest, just find that one thing and go with that. Find your essence, find who you are and work through it and know that everything is fine. Everything is fine. I feel like fine. You are fine. I feel like this word is repeating now and coming through. So fine. Yeah. That's a great word, actually. Fine. I've said it many times now. But thank you for being part of this. And I really hope to share more videos with all of you that are watching this channel. And thank you for just growing and being who you are the way that you are, because you're loved the way that you are. And I hope that you all have this wonderful October month. Maybe it's a little bit spooky. I feel like the Halloween vibes are represented here also creatively at this time for me too. And visually for this video, if you're watching this video, if you're hearing the voice, thank you for being here. I'm gonna bring some notes instead. or no, notes are in English notes. Sorry, my first language is actually Swedish, and so we, I get it. Notes are not. That was not the correct. Take a note. Yeah, or a pitch. Is that how you say it when you sing? I don't know. I feel like I'm getting a little bit carried away and fuzzy and happy and joyful at the end of this video, because I feel like every time that we're ending the video, you have the energy of, no, is it really ending right now? And I can feel that energy too. And I feel that too before it's ending. I'm like, no, how do you end something that's great? It's like when you see someone, you're like, bye. Okay, now you bye. Okay, you hang up first. I hang up first, It's like that kind of energy that you just, it's difficult, it is strange to let it go, because we really never let each other go, because it is a consciousness and you're more conscious, and therefore it's more loving, and it's more, it's right there. It's a beautiful pure love. So thank you for being part of that, and thank you for returning to this channel. And if you're new here, follow on Dimensions of Love on my YouTube channel. Otherwise, you can always follow just this podcast, A Lovely Observation of Life. So thank you for being here, and have an amazing October, and don't be spooked out of elevating your consciousness, everyone. Have a wonderful days, and a lovely way, everyone. Bye.